skippychompy, like I in my said he was playing Cloud, but I don't know. It does look like skippychompy is playing the Cloud.
Yeah, so we're going to see, starting off on PS2, more stage for Cloud to move around Game & Watch. I mean, this is definitely one of those matchups of Cloud has big sword, try to keep out stubby Game & Watch up, he had a shield guy. But you're already seeing Von Stash utilizing more of those approaching options like the back air, the nair. Like, the nair hitbox for Game Watch is actually kind of absurd.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is also just up B game. Like Cloud, Game & Watch, both have phenomenal up Bs out of shield, and they're phenomenal get off me options.
Yeah, I already like what I'm seeing from Von Stash here, like using a lot of back air to try to get in, kind of trying to beat Cloud of his own game. Just knowing that he's not, you basically have two options to get into this matchup is like approaching aerials or parries for Game & Watch. So I like the way he's trying, like things that are pretty unorthodox for Game & Watch to get in, at least to start the set and see how it goes.
Yeah. But still, Von Stash having a very difficult time actually getting past this massive sword.
Yeah, I like what skippychompy here is doing too, utilizing the platforms, doing those drop-down aerials, but he is off stage and he will eat that back air and lose the first stock.
Yeah, bit of a turnaround here. I mean, it was a pretty close first stock, but it looked like skippychompy was in advantage for most of it.
Yeah, I mean, here you're starting to see the nairs pile on from Von Stash. Very good combo starter at low percent, and now you can play the reverse game of I have the lead, and now you kind of have to come through my wall of aerials here.
Yeah, and if you get through the wall, there's always an up B just waiting for you.
It's just a lot of really good micro spacing from Von Stash too that you don't really see from Game & Watch players. Like they're kind of usually like on the other side of the stage, or they're like kind of just run at you with like a dash attack. I like the way he's kind of weaving in and out with his aerials and making skippychompy just like kind of unsure of how to approach here.
Yeah, and we actually haven't seen a whole lot of dash attack from Game & Watch. So I'm not entirely sure if that's just like not good in this matchup specifically, or if it's just something that Von Stash has not been utilizing as much.
He hasn't really needed to. Like his movement has been good enough without it that like there's no reason to really overcommit there because skippychompy is doing that for him. But yeah, finally getting the dash attack there.
Speaking of.
Very raw, strong dash attack from Cloud.
Wow, just straight up using the blade beam.
But yeah, here we go. Off. Oh,
okay.
It's through the forward air. You can put out a hitbox to beat that forward air from Game & Watch, but
that's new information.
Yeah, it's a very strong move if it connects, but you can just put out an aerial to beat it or any hitbox. But here we go, off stage.
skippychompy's down airs have been on point in this game. Like using them very well. He used one to catch a roll earlier, and now just getting juggled from these up airs. Nah, that back air's not getting you out of that nair.
Yeah, I mean, landing against Game Watch up air. Oh, he pocketed the limit blade beam. Okay.
Oh, and using the crouch to get out of there, and oh my gosh.
Oh, are you dead?
No,
man, I like the idea.
I like
down
his
quite a bit, but like it just didn't spike as much as he thought it would.
And he's still got that bucket. I think, like half full, but still, that's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to hope that skippychompy kind of puts on another blade beam just without thinking about it, but he probably won't. Just for the risk of it. Yeah. One thing that really skippychompy really has not had much use for this game is limit. Like he hasn't gotten any mileage out of it because he just really hasn't been able to collect it.
Well, he's also been using it very quickly after he's gotten it. Like when he used up B and then the consecutive blade beams, just using it right away.
And I feel like that's a way to apply pressure in this matchup without having to approach. Like Game Watch, pretty slow character, where you have a big stage to work with. You can always dash away, charge limit. And then you have that extra movement speed as well while you have limit activated. But yeah, Von Stash just looking really untouchable as he gets to these kill percent, but eats the spike there as we were talking about earlier.
Those down airs are, have been really good for skippychompy, and looks like
they are able to play. I hear Cloud crying, but oh yeah, he's up there. Getting juggled by Game & Watch didn't miss too much. A lot of up airs, about 40% of them work.
Yeah, probably just like a few things happening.
I hear some cheering. Apparently, how did he get down there?
And got the tech anyway.
I just saw you say, where are they gonna be next? Okay, I think during next blackout, down air almost killed off the top. Okay.
Back on stage, not quite safely, but take a seat. We'll see you in the next game. I mean, we might see you in the next game.
We might see part of the next game.
Yeah, we'll see how many blackouts we have between the games. Hopefully none, but we shall see. But game one going to Von Stash.
Yeah, production trying to quick check up on it to see.
Yeah, production doing a phenomenal job from what I've seen. I mean, I can't imagine how many times y'all have worked in a movie theater before. So
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a tough setup to try to keep going with, because like we got a lot of like gadgets and gizmos kind of spread up around here.
yeah, I'm doing I'm just keeping my water as far away from everything as I can. And
but it looks like we may be back. Not seeing too many other issues yet, but
no, we are so back with the Cloud.
oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, look away!
My.
Look away! Look away!
Epilepsy
Yeah,
warning.
epilepsy warning.
Running it back on
Yeah.
PS2. And the tactical green Game & Watch change.
You'll never see him on this stage.
Nah. And missing the grab, pivot grab, unfortunate.
That's one of those that was definitely a misinput. Getting the dash grab that goes the other way.
You know,
But
why does this happen? I don't know.
welcome to Smash Ultimate, where your buffers don't matter. But yeah, I mean, skippychompy trying to kind of build on the game plan from the last game. You see more retreating aerials already versus approaching with the back air, which is exactly what you need to be doing in a lot of matchups as Cloud, especially against Game & Watch.
And I do think that skippychompy needs to hold on to limit just a little bit longer. Kind of wait for an option. Yep, there you go. Like calling on an option and then using the blade beam to punish, and then leads into a back air.
Yeah, you're already seeing those adjustments come out from skippychompy in this game too. Really making big changes with the back air as we talked about, and like already has that first stock lead, something they did not have in game 1. We'll see if Von Statch is able to respond accordingly. Yeah, we're starting to see him has him in the juggle situation. Usually opts to put him above him just like to get those up airs and pile on the damage, just so he can get skippychompy to kill %. So now he's probably gonna look for an edge guard here.
Or now, and skippychompy kind of got to get rid of this limit, and tried to call out the blade beam, but unable to get it. Ooh, slowly bringing this back. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice skippychompy still had all 3 stocks.
Yeah, skippychompy playing really well. You're seeing he picked up on a lot of the habits of Von Statch in that game 1 with how Von Statch was using like jump in back air both on and off stage. Avoids it there on the off stage engagement. So still holding on to his first stock here, and this is where it gets tough for Game & Watch. But you know,
until you get a forward
gets the
tilt.
shield in the forward
But
tilt.
yeah, like once you get to a certain percent and your character's like, how do I get this stock off? And like, because all of your reliable options, that's what the opponent's looking for.
And also, it's like Game & Watch, his kill options are pretty slow and telegraphed. So a lot of times it relies on a read or like a jump in from your opponent to approach you. And when you're behind, that's just not going to be what happens, especially against Cloud.
Yeah. And now eats another up B. This lead gets bigger and bigger for skippychompy.
Yeah, just walling him out, swatting him away with the forward tilt, has him off stage once again. Looking for a back air, looking for a forward tilt to end this stock.
Ooh.
Not quite going to do it, but
That was close.
Von Statch is bleeding out right
My
now.
goodness, yeah, that was a ballsy nair, but it's leading to a pretty decent combo, keeping Von Statch in advantage. Yep, buckets the blade beam, gets the final hit of that back air. That down tilt is going to put an end to a pretty good advantage state for Von Statch.
Yeah, I like the way Von Statch is playing the second half of this stock here. Not putting himself in any position to really lose the stock. Like, just because he knows that unless he's like in the corner, anything raw from Cloud, unless it's a dash attack center stage, or a down air off the ledge.
Yeah, I like the idea that Von Statch was going with to try and bait out an option, and he baited out an option, it just happened to beat his forward air.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough, right? Like, when you're at kill %, you're trying to ledge trap, you can get reversal like that. So it's just kind of, sometimes you just have to let them back on stage and just safely push them away.
And this is still very doable. Von Statch seems to have figured out something to do at these high percents, but, and yep, forward air, not quite going to take the stock, but going out far.
Oh, deep back air, I love that, yeah. Because, but like, skippychompy going for the mix-up where he's like, okay, I've been recovering high a lot, I don't want to get caught, so I'm going to go low, and Von Statch responding accordingly and just waiting it out.
Yeah, and kind of doing what you were saying is like letting him get back to stage until like you have to push him back off.
Yeah.
And Game & Watch can do that so well with Cloud. Like if you go low, Game & Watch is going to catch you. Oh, and that's a great
you are dead.
reversal, and the missed tech is going to be it for skippychompy. An unfortunate way to end the game, but Von Statch going to be taking it 2-0.
And that's the nature of characters with a limited recovery like that, unfortunately.